Have you had to face or suspect you will face narcissistic Valentine's Day drama? I will share some immediate and unique coping strategies at the end. The narcissist's actions generally fluctuate between extreme idealization or deliberate sabotage to maintain control or secure attention. They often use Valentine's Day as a tool for control or a theater for performance, frequently ruining the occasion once the initial honeymoon phase is past, or the behavior typically shifts based on where they are in the relationship cycle. Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm studying to become a life coach specializing in narcissistic abuse and trauma recovery. I hope my videos are helpful, informative, and validating for you, whether you are presently in or have been in a narcissistic abusive relationship, have a friend or family member that presently is or has been in a narcissistic abusive relationship, or maybe you have a friend or family member that is a narcissist, a boss, a colleague, a roommate. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. The idealization or love bombing phase. If the relationship is new or the narcissist is trying to hoover or re-engage a former partner, they may orchestrate or elaborate Valentine's Day. A narcissist may go over the top with grand romantic gestures and constant attention. This idealization is intended to sweep you off your feet and establish a deep emotional bond. If the relationship is new or the narcissist is trying to hoover or re-engage a former partner, they may orchestrate and elaborate Valentine's Day. A narcissist may go over the top with grand romantic gestures and constant attention. This idealization is intended to sweep you off your feet and establish a deep trauma bond. If the relationship is failing, they may use Valentine's Day to suck you back in with false promises of change or temporarily sweetness, only to return to abusive patterns once they feel they have regained control. They may shower you with expensive items or over-the-top dates to create a trauma bond. They may often post every detail on social media to build a public persona of being a perfect partner, seeking validation from others rather than focusing on true intimacy, or they might post elaborate perfect couple photos on social media to maintain a public image while being cold or abusive behind closed doors. The devaluation or intentional sabotage phase. Once the honeymoon phase ends, the narcissist often finds ways to ruin the occasion because they resent a day that focuses on someone else's needs. Once comfortable, they may intentionally ruin the day by picking a fight right before a dinner reservation or becoming ill to ensure the focus remains on them rather than the celebration. They may also avoid spending money, effort, or time with you. They might show up significantly late to ruin the atmosphere and center the day on their own mood. In cases of infidelity or extreme devaluation, they may simply go radio silent, bail on plans without notice, or even leave to spend the day with somebody else. This is a form of punishment or to exercise power and control if they feel like you haven't earned their attention. They may give generic last-minute items like grocery store flowers, or with the price tag still on the gift, or a gift they know you dislike to make you feel unimportant and unseen. They may put in the absolute minimum effort to subtly communicate that you are no longer a priority. Some may suddenly declare the holiday a commercial gimmick or mindless to avoid the obligation of being thoughtful, even if they celebrated it enthusiastically in the past. For some narcissists, the discard on Valentine's Day is used as a tool for triangulation or infidelity. They might mention an ex-partner's amazing past Valentine's Day or compare your efforts to someone else to make you feel insecure. They may provoke a breakup or a huge argument as an excuse to spend the day with a new supply. If they aren't cheating, they may facelessly accuse you of it or ruin your mood to maintain control over your emotions. Why do they act this way? They often cannot tolerate seeing others happy, joyful, or being the center of attention, leading them to disrupt occasions that aren't focused solely on them. Ruining a special day is a way to exert control and leave trauma that makes future holidays stressful for you. By disappointing you or breaking promises, they reinforce their dominance and make you work harder for their approval. They would rather see you be miserable and focused on them than happy and focused on the occasion. Coping with the aftermath of narcissistic behavior on Valentine's Day involves reclaiming your emotional autonomy and prioritizing self-care over their manipulation. It is normal to feel sad, angry, or disappointed by the gap between your idealized version of the holiday and the reality you experience. Allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. Do not argue, defend, or explain your position. Use the deep technique, which is don't defend, explain, engage, or personalize. Narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. Remaining non-emotional takes away their control. Keep a private validation journal of what actually happened. Narcissists often gaslight victims into doubting their memories. Having a written record helps you stay grounded in the truth. Recognize that narcissists often ruin holidays intentionally because they feel these occasions steal their spotlight, or because they cannot maintain intimacy, except that their behavior reflects their internal disorder, not your inherent worth. If the relationship is ended, strictly follow no contact rule to prevent hoovering or attempts to pull you back in. If you must remain in contact, respond with neutral, uninteresting, brief comments. Consult a therapist who specifically is specialized in narcissistic abuse and trauma recovery to help you rebuild your self-esteem and break trauma bonds. Surround yourself with trusted friends or family members who can validate your experience and act as a buffer against gaslighting. If you liked my video and find it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know if past Valentine's Days have been ruined for you, or if you suspect that this Valentine's Day will be ruined. Let me know how you have coped with this drama. I would really like to hear your stories in the comments below. And also let me know if there are other topics that you would like to hear in future videos in the comments below as well. Now I will share the unique and immediate coping strategies for the Valentine narcissistic drama. Create a psychological first aid kit. Build a list of activities that bring immediate peace, such as a specific exercise routine, a favorite hobby, or visiting a place that makes you feel grounded. Write a love letter to yourself, detailing your strengths and acts of courage. Read it out loud while looking in the mirror to boost self-esteem and counteract negative internalized voices. Tell yourself 3 times a day, looking at yourself in the mirror, that you are valuable and loved. If you are ruminating or feeling intense anxiety, literally change your body temperature. Take a cold shower or place a cold washcloth on your face or neck to swap your nervous system out of trauma response. If you are feeling upset and traumatized, try to take a 20-minute brisk walk to calm yourself quickly. Begin a yearly tradition of buying yourself a gift, such as a specific colored rose, chocolates, or something else you value or that brings you pleasure. You may also consider buying yourself a Valentine's Day card. All this gives you a tangible way to celebrate your independence. Instead of focusing on the narcissist's lack of love, intentionally express gratitude to the people who do support you, such as friends, family, or mentors. This reclaims that day's theme of love for healthy relationships. Plan a day of low pleasure activities like watching movies, reading, or doing nothing to recover from the exhaustion of narcissistic interactions. I have videos on a 3-part series on infidelity, coping emotionally, grief after discard, what to do when the narcissist discards you, self-care, manipulation, gaslighting, and boundaries. The links are below in the description and comments. Do you feel like your boundaries have been violated in the midst of Valentine narcissistic drama? Watch my video on boundaries. I will see you in that video.